All right. Episode 6 or episode 5?
I think it's 4. It's 5. You're right.
Episode 5.
Episode 5.
All right. So, welcome to the Dad Pod, episode 5, featuring your boy Dor, the one and only Dor Tut, and
it's your boy Mike Rome.
Yes, sir.
This one is different, man. This is the first guest we got here on the Dad Pod, man. And we talked about it when he came in. I've been trying to get my guy Jeff on a podcast for a minute now, man. But I think, like I said, everything happened for a reason. Timing happens for a reason. It's perfect. Like you a dad, you've been a dad for a long time. It's a Dad Pod. Man. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm gonna be asking for pointers while you're in here, man. Because you years in. I just made 5 years. My son just turned 5 yesterday. Baron just turned 5 yesterday.
Man, that's big too, though.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting big.
Yeah, man. We gonna get to all of that though. What you been up to though, fam?
Just working, man. You know, I just had my third kid.
Okay, congrats, bro. Congrats.
Yeah, third kid, man. Another girl.
That's what's up.
Another girl to the gang.
Girl dad.
Girl gang over here.
She just turned 4 months? She's 4 months old now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Other than that, just working.
That's what's up, man.
Take care of family and all that stuff.
Man. That's it.
That's cool, man. Yeah, we bumped into each other a few times now that I've been back in Esco, and you came to my kickball game too.
I was at the kickball game.
Yeah, that was the last time I seen you in November for the kickball.
I forgot who won that one. Was it our squad?
Come on. Were you on Jeff's team or you on my team?
No.
You on my team?
Yeah.
No. Y'all team lost.
No. We won.
Was on my team.
I was with Steph.
Yeah.
Y'all won?
No, y'all won because CO dropped the ball at the
Watch out, Mike.
I don't even know whose team is on who.
Yeah. I just remember I'm on a winning squad. That's all I
know. My picture, I was smiling. That's all I know.
Winning squad.
Yeah, man. We had y'all was ahead most of the game. We had an epic comeback, and then my guy CO dropped the ball at the end of the game, man. We gonna have him on the podcast.
We're not gonna put it all on CO. You know, there's a couple plays here and there. You know,
it was a couple plays here and there, but
play that had Stephon stomping up and down. You know, I remember that one. That was a wild one.
Yeah, but that play, bro,
got mad at that one.
It ended with bases loaded, 2 outs.
Yeah.
All we needed was that last out. We back up the bat.
Y'all blew a couple of them, man.
We did blow a few.
No one scored for
maybe
an hour straight.
For a minute.
For a long time. For a long time. That was fun, man. That was fun. Next time I do a dodgeball game, I've been saying for a minute, but I gotta wait for COVID and everything to calm down. But I'm gonna do a dodgeball game for sure though. Kickball game still every year though for sure.
Yeah,
so
definitely gonna keep
So
doing
Jeff,
that.
you said you just had your third one?
My third girl.
So when was this? How old is she?
You said 4 months.
4 months? Oh, okay, fresh.
Yeah.
How you sleeping?
I'm sleeping all right now, you know. I work, so my lady, she stays up a lot.
Okay.
But I get up every now and then, but I sleep more than she does, that's for sure.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
What was it? How was it having a COVID baby? Because it was crazy for me.
I mean, she got pregnant during COVID. COVID had already been started. She got pregnant last New Year's Eve.
Okay.
So she was already pregnant, you know. So I would go to the doctor's appointments, being able to go. And then it started, I wouldn't be able to go. She'd have to go by herself. So most of her pregnancy, her doctor's appointments, I didn't go to. You know, even when we had the baby, I was the only person allowed to go there unless if I wasn't gonna be there, I couldn't be there at all. It had to be just one person. You know?
Wow.
So that was cool. I mean, it was different only because we didn't have my parents couldn't be in there, her parents couldn't be in there. You know, but other than that. I mean, I think it was still the same thing from when I had my first one.
So when she had her delivery, only one person could be in the whole...
Only me.
That's tough.
Me, yeah.
The whole entire time.
Me and then 20 doctors.
Yeah.
You know? But,
was it one of those moments where you couldn't leave at all?
No, they let me leave. You know, I could leave. I just get my temperature checked when I come in. You know? But because we're on that floor with all the babies, you know, there was more. They was worrying about it more. So.
What hospital you have your daughter at?
Right here, Palmore.
Okay. I was about to say because I was at Kaiser, and it was like I told them on episode 1, it was like San Quentin, bro. Like really? I couldn't leave if I left. They was like if you leave, you can't come back.
That's why I asked because he couldn't go nowhere.
Oh yeah,
it was crazy.
We was at that new spot, and it was good.
Okay, see, and I was at the brand new Kaiser in San Diego, and I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Man, it was crazy.
I guess I got lucky because I had my last son in October. Okay. Right, I got the window right before the COVID thing. Huh? Yeah, I was 3 months right there, bro. I was lucky because as soon as the COVID thing started happening, I was like, man, my son's 3 months barely. I had to go to doctor appointments. It'll be just one of us can go. I'm like, what? Come on.
Even now, probably to the last 2, probably not last month, but the last 3, we go to the doctor's appointments, and the only way I'd be able to come is if I was holding the baby. Just saying my girl couldn't hold the baby, or she needed me to carry something, you know. So that'd be the only way. And not just recently, the last month, I don't go no more. You know, it's just her. She does it. So. Yeah. I mean, it definitely playing a big role, you know, for a lot of people.
It do throw me off when it comes to doctor appointments because, let's say I gotta go to work and my girl gotta go to work. One of us gotta figure out who's gonna be the one to go. And it's a little stressful. I'm not gonna front because there's times I can't even call off, and she's like, "Yo, I've already used all my days to call off.
So now
only one of us can go." Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What's Are you gonna try for any more? I know you got 3 girls. You gonna try for any more?
Not right now. Not right now.
Got enter the even number.
I told my lady if we move into a house, I'll probably have another one.
Mm-hmm. I feel it.
But that's it, man. I'm done after that.
I feel it.
And I right now, you know, I'm not saying I don't want no more, because another one, I mean, shit, why not?
You gotta try for a Jeff Jr., bro.
Nah, but that's the thing, man. I'm not too high on the boy.
You're not pressed?
I'm not too high on the boy at all, man.
Why is that? You just don't. You like
I
enough is
my
enough.
first girl, then I was like, I'm good, you know. 2 more. Now I know the girls all know now. That's it.
You're not gonna try for one more, bro. You gonna end up like my dude
Tito.
Tito.
Like I said, I'm gonna have one, but if I do and it's a girl, I won't be mad. You know?
Right.
I'm cool with girls.
You'll be like 4 girl swag like Tito.
I'm cool with that, man.
And see, I'm like that. Like, of course, like as long as your baby's like healthy, you're not tripping.
Yeah.
But I definitely want a girl though. Like I got 2 boys. I wanted a girl more than I wanted a boy, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I just wanted a boy first. And now I got 2 boys and my girl like, nah, we done though. We ain't having no more, so
you gonna have 2 boys and a girl. Oh, the girl gonna be, oh man.
Exactly. And then my mom, like, you know what I'm saying, Steph don't have no kids yet, Derek don't have no kids, so my mom is like, I want a granddaughter, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but like I said, wifey said it's a wrap though.
That's it.
No more, man. And that's what I tell her. It ain't even my bad. I mean to cut you off. She said it's not even like, because I'm thinking like it's a financial thing. But I was like, what if I like one of my shows hit, or like I get like $1 million deal? She's like, it ain't about the money. Like I'm not trying to go through that again.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Might
be a wrap.
My parents been pressing me. They're like, yo, we don't want you to stop having kids till you have a daughter. Like, you got to bring us a daughter. I'm like, what?
Like, Mom, y'all gonna watch these kids? Siblings, like, that's what I tell my mom. I said, why don't you talk to my brother? He don't got no kids.
I'm like, yeah,
he probably ain't looking to have kids no time soon.
Nah, he ain't gonna do that. But still, I mean, stop pressing me. I already got 3.
Since I got kids, my parents are like, since you already got kids, it's easier for you. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, how's that make any sense? Like, oh, this should be a little bit harder.
Yeah.
I got 2 back to back. They're like within a year or 2 between each other.
Then they that close?
Yeah, they're literally 22 months apart.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, 22 months.
I don't think I even realized that.
Yeah, they're close. They're gonna be going to school all the time, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Kinda like you and your brother, like, yeah.
Me and my brother, we're 13 months apart. 13,
okay.
Yeah. So we back to back.
That's
too.
dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Whenever I see that, like, and you and your brother always been mad close.
Yeah.
Like super close. They always did everything. I mean, he was older, of course, so he was in high school first and that type of thing. We always did everything together.
Yeah, that's dope.
I always looked at like, bro, because you know me and my brothers are close, and when I see like other brother, because not everybody's cool with close with their siblings. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Now I see y'all hooping together, fighting together, like always together. I'm like, these dudes is always together. That's dope.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I was thinking about so many memories between the 3 of us, and then obviously just me and you. Just getting ready for the podcast, and I thought about when he'll be mad if I brought it up, but not the homie Anthony. When we didn't even know each other that well, but y'all used to stay right down the street from us.
Yeah.
And I remember we'd always just ride our bikes through there because for whatever reason Anthony had a beef with Johnny.
Yeah.
And I remember that day he went through there picking with Johnny that day, and Johnny cleaned him up. and I just remember
he came back. He said, "Man, that dude messing with me again."
Wait, y'all used to live next to each other, like down the street?
When I lived on Sandalwood. Actually, the little spot where we used to go and smoke out over there, the complex back there.
Yeah,
he used to stay back there.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
I don't know if they're still yellow now, but they was yellow back then.
Right off of what? Citrus and stuff.
Citrus and Wanted.
Yeah.
Wanted. Yeah.
Right there.
Okay. What year was this? Because
this was.
I moved right into that area like 2007.
I think Jeff was in like 6th grade, 7th grade.
Okay, yeah, it's like 04, 05 type thing. Okay.
Yeah, because I was going to Hidden Valley, so I was at least in 6th grade.
Wait, so when did y'all meet each other?
Probably
like maybe a year, like a few months to a year before that.
Yeah.
Whoa. And see, and I met his brother actually when I was in 8th grade, and Johnny was in 6th grade at Grant. It's Mission now, but it was Grant Middle School at the time. Yeah. And Johnny was a soccer player. He didn't even hoop like that. He was a soccer player. He was a soccer player.
He was nice.
For the longest
he was
time.
nice, bro. Nice.
Yeah.
That's where he got that footwork. You know how you get, you know what I'm saying? That's where he got that footwork from. He was nice on the soccer field, bro. But now to get back to, I remember like going over there, even Anthony was saying, he was like, Jeff is gonna be there, bro. They're always together. And I was like, I'm not finna swing on him if he don't swing, but I ain't gonna let you get jumped. And I remember like, I don't know if your mom called you out or if you saw it for the window or what, but I remember you came running out like you was ready to wreck something. And I remember like thinking like, oh, well, I'm gonna have to jump on this nigga, but no, it was a one-on-one. Johnny cleaned him up.
Anthony was your boy like that? Huh? He was your boy? Anthony?
Oh yeah, to this day, Anthony Raheem, them my guys, bro.
I've seen Anthony. I ran into him a few times. Yeah, Raheem, I've seen him a few times too. It was a while ago though. But nah, I mean, you know, you in the house, man, you hear one of your brothers going at it. That's what you supposed to do.
I'm already knowing,
then
bro.
you get out there, you see what's, you know what I mean? Okay, man, these got this one-on-one, let them do this. And that's a mutual thing, you know, and it's always been that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Half the fights I ever been to was because my brother got her some shit. I'm like, man, I guess I'm fighting now.
Man, oh, yeah, exactly.
You walk out
do this, all right, man, I'm coming, you know.
Yeah, you walk into the gym at the wrong time. You just automatically
fight. You already know.
I ain't even lacing in my shoes today. I'm straight to swinging.
I'm just here fighting.
And see, Dor, the oldest that grew up in your house.
Yeah, I'm the oldest that lived in San Diego.
And then see, me and Jeff are the second born. And then I got like how you met, you know, my homie Aaron Tinsley.
Yeah, I know Tinsley.
His little brother is like, we the ones that had kids, like the second born. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I remember even Aaron was like, nah, I'm gonna let the little bros handle that. Like, y'all go ahead and do that. So like, how was it like? I know like growing up in the house, like being the oldest and taking care of everybody. That you felt like that like made it easier for you to be a parent, like prepared you for it?
I definitely prepared. Like, I'm not gonna front. The changing the diapers and staying up late. Because it was like, my mom worked late all the time. So I had to make sure everybody go to sleep, make sure the house was clean, make sure the trash was taken out, and make sure like the TVs was off. You know, everything that's supposed to be done had to be done before 2 a.m. when she get home. So whatever we had to do, I was one responsible. So if I didn't clean, or if I didn't tell them to clean, I'm still getting whooped up. No matter what I was doing, I was like, I could be at a basketball tournament 45 miles away, and I get home at 12 and the house is dirty, she gonna smack me up. So it kind of build that, you know, like that responsibility, like, oh yeah, make sure everything's clean, make sure the kids have the diapers changed. I've been changing diapers from age like 6 to all the way to maybe like 18. Because my sister, she had her first when she was like 19. I was like 16, 17. And I'd help her up, you know, change the diapers when she couldn't do that type of stuff. So it definitely helped being the oldest, but at the same time, ain't nothing can prepare you to being a dad. Like, there's no game plan, there's no book, there's no nothing you can read to help you be a dad. You just freestyling at that point.
And see, that's what I was gonna say, like being the second born, and then having a little brother, but we're 3 years apart, so it's not like I was like damn near a teenager when he was born and changing diapers. It was never none of that for me, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like taking care of a little brother. And even though like I was married and we planned like to have a baby and all that, it was still like ain't nothing getting you ready for that.
The rude awakening, bro.
And that was what I wanted to ask you, Jeff. So you being like, there was no babies in your house either, right? With you being, and you're the youngest. It's just you two, right? You're the youngest.
I got a stepbrother, but he lived with his mom, so it was never. I was the only one, the youngest one.
Okay.
And then you were a teenage father.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was that like?
Time out. When did you have your son? I mean, your daughter?
17.
17,
man.
Boy, you was
high school, a senior.
This was, you was ESCO, or what school?
I was at ESCO.
Wow.
How'd you get the news?
Man, I don't want to say we planned it, but it was talked about, you know. Like,
okay.
At 17?
Yeah, for me,
wow.
my daughter's mom, she's older than me. She's like 3 years older than me, I think. So I mean, me being that young, she was already out of school and stuff, you know. And I was staying with her while I was going to school.
Okay.
So like, I mean, it was talked about. It wasn't planned.
But she had her own place.
No, she stayed with her mom. So I was with her and her mom. You know? Yeah. One day she got pregnant. You know, went to the doctor. This and I was like, damn. I'm 17 in school still.
Hey, was you scared? How scared were you? I know you had to be a little scared.
I mean, I was scared, but I don't think it wasn't like, it was never. I never felt like I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, I knew as soon as I found out that she was pregnant, and like, you know, you got to go through that first couple months. That's the riskiest part, you know. Once she passed through that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be dad. Like, I got no choice now. You know, so it just happened. You know. But you know me, back in high school, I was doing a lot of the other stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, I probably did that a little bit while she was pregnant, you know. But after, like, there was one thing, and then I was like, I'm done. You know, I got a kid coming, and that was it.
So how'd your mom react when she first found out? Like, who was the first person you told, anyways? Was it your mom was the first one you told?
I think it was my. Nah, I don't know. It might have been my brother. It was probably my brother. To be honest, man, it was 11 years ago. I don't even know. You know. But
when you told your mom, how she reacted to that?
She was disappointed at first because I was still in school. You know, I was playing sports, this and that. But then she got over it. Then she was like, you know, once she seen the stomach coming from my other baby mama, she was like, okay, it's coming now. So then she started getting excited. You know, oh, come on, let's get this baby, this and that. But she still wanted to be about school though, you know. And I did that for a little bit until I got kicked out, you know. And then especially when I got kicked out of school, then I knew it was full-time dad. Like, I had no choice, you know. The baby's here now. So.
Respect, bro. At that age, not a lot of dudes would be like, "Yo, I'm ready to go take care of my kids." So respect you for that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I do.
And see that, and I don't want to say that's why, but like knowing I was nowhere close to, not saying you knew you were, but knowing that I was nowhere close to being ready for anything like that.
Oh yeah.
That's why I always tell people, like, I mean, I lost my virginity in high school, but I didn't really like. How do you say, like, I didn't really start like living like a single dude until I graduated high school. Like, I didn't really start really experimenting with girls and with women until after high school. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell people, like, if I would have really like got in my bag in high school, I for sure would have had a baby. I for sure would have. You know, I know it because how I was giving it up when I started.
Well, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
People I was hanging around with that.
I feel it. And then for you, like, your girl was older, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like at that time, and it's like you in high school and you 17, and your girl, you said 3 years, she 19, 20. You like, yo,
and she didn't go to my school.
Exactly.
So when she came through to a game or something, you know, like okay, there she, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
So I think I'm younger and she older, so I'm like,
you lit.
You macking exactly. I'm not gonna front, bro. I would have been shook had I found out at 17. The way I was wired at that time, I was so immature. I might have freaking cried. Yeah, straight up. I might have teared up. Like, yo, my life is over type thing. But I just go see you, man. Like I don't understand how at 17 you can actually say like I'm ready for that stuff.
I don't think I'm not saying I was saying I'm ready, you know, but I just feel like, I mean, like you said, you're freestyling it, you know, and I just came, you know, once the baby got there, I just knew there was nothing else I should be doing.
Move the mic a little closer. You don't got to lift it. Just move it closer. There you go.
That's it. All I knew was taking care of the kid. You know, so I knew I had to stop doing what I was doing on the streets and all that. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody could say they're ready for one, but I think when the time comes, it's naturally. You know what I mean? You get it. You know.
And see, my Baron's babysitter. I used to teach preschool with her, and I started working there maybe like a year after I got married. And she was like, Mike, when you go have a baby? I was like, man, we got to save this money. We trying to do this, do that. She was like, Mike, if you keep planning, you go never have a baby. Yeah. She's like, you're never going to be as ready as you think you are. You're never going to have as much money as you want to have. She was like, if you feel like you want a kid, you and your wife go have a kid because you're never going to be in the perfect position to have one. You know what I'm saying? So.
The way I had mine was kind of a surprise. It was right after I signed to Humble. I think I told you like it was a month in the summertime, man.
Oh man,
I was my family was so mad at me.
That's a movie right there,
bro.
I know I seen that in the movie.
So you know what's crazy? My girl didn't even want to tell me for the first couple months. I was going to summer school. I was taking my stats class. Like, oh yeah, I'm about ready to transfer. All I needed was like a stats class. Come to find out, I was having a baby, bro. That changed everything. I was like, yo, I gotta drop everything. This kid is the only thing that matters right now. Yeah. So I literally switched from student mode, hoop mode, to the dad mode, like an instant. And it's like there's no preparing for that. You just like it's like a switch to happen.
You just feel it, and that's like, what it is.
Yeah, I don't know if it's chemically or genetically, but you just feel like, yo, I'm ready to go right now. And it's like that's probably the best thing that happened to me. But at the same time, I was like, I felt like I wasn't ready. I was scared, but I was also like prepared mentally to go ahead and go through with it.
Hey, I mean, being a dad is great, man. I love it.
What's your favorite part?
Right now, well, I mean, so my oldest is 11, my second is 7, and I got, like I said, I got the 4-month-old. So right now, me coming home every day and seeing that little baby smile. You know, she can't talk yet, but she be doing a little bit. You know, I'm like, dang, I missed that with the oldest ones, you know, but with this one, it's like from 11 back down to 4 months. It's a whole new thing again, you know. It's all over again, and I'm older now. You know, so I've seen a lot. You know, I'm going about things differently now. So it's good though. I like it.
If you don't want to talk about it, and Phil, just tell me we ain't talking about that. But can we talk about your second daughter and how that all happened? Okay. I don't want to cross no boundaries, bro.
It's all good, man. It's a dad pod. Let's do it.
Appreciate you, my guy.
Course,
my guy. And so you
somebody had to ask.
It's a whole nother. I mean, it's different things, you know. But a lot of people might be going through something different, you know. So.
Exactly, and that was why I wanted to talk about it. But I want to be careful with it though. And so, how old is it? What's her name? I'm sorry, I don't want to say your second daughter.
Camila.
Camila. How old is Camila?
She's 7 now.
She's 7. And how old was she when you found out about her and met her?
She was 6. So 6. Just last year. Just last year.
Oh, you gotta tell me about that. So how was that? So you found?
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
How'd you find out?
Her mom finally told me. Her mom decided to tell me. You know,
she known for 6 years.
She's told me she's known. She told me she always knew. She always had that feeling that she knew this and that, you know. But she just never told me. So when I found out, my lady I'm with now, we was having our gender reveal. The day of my gender reveal, she wanted to shoot me a text. That my daughter's.
Did she know it was your gender reveal? Like she followed you on socials and everything?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think so.
She had known, bro. Come on, now this day age, you can find out everything in a heartbeat.
So, you know?
Cause she got friends that you're friends with.
Only my brother's ex-girlfriend.
Man, she knew.
Because their family.
She knew.
So, okay.
So you know what I mean.
She knew you was having a kid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she knew. Yeah. So she had shot me a text and was like, "Oh, I don't want to tell you later this and that. Like I feel bad for it taking this long, but you got a daughter. This is your kid. This and that." So I'm sitting there like, damn, you waited all this time to tell me after 6 years, and I asked her why. So I just lost my dad last year, and she was like, I don't want something to happen to me or you, and now she loses one parent, and especially with her not knowing you.
How'd you react to that?
I was mad, I was mad at first, but then I was like, I mean, if that's my kid, then I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I just jumped right into it, like I knew it. You know.
Yeah. So how long did it take for you guys to like rekindle the relationship? Not rekindle. It's obviously not together, but like to forgive her and be like, you know what, I'm ready to just get back in my daughter's life. How long did that take? Right away.
Right away.
Okay.
I mean, so when I found that, it took me a week for me to tell the lady I'm with now. You know what I mean? It took me a while to tell her because I didn't know how to tell her.
That had to be scary.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't know how she was gonna react. You know what I mean? Like, but we talked. She wasn't cool about it. You know, which every woman wouldn't be. But I mean, we weren't together at the time.
It's not really your fault either. Yeah.
Right.
So that's how that was. You know, but yeah, I mean.
So it was your second daughter, right?
It was my second. So yeah, my second. Yeah.
How close was you and her mother when you found out, like before you found out?
I've never talked to her.
You had a relationship with her? Or it was just
it was just a one night thing.
Wow.
Oh,
one night thing.
That's
crazy.
Now that throws a whole different.
But like I said, that's my brother's ex-girlfriend's cousin. Mm-hmm. So like they was always in the family, but like, and that was the craziest thing, man. Like so, the kid was born, my daughter was born, right? My brother's going to these family parties, this and that, and she's there. You know what I mean?
He didn't know either?
He didn't know either.
Wow.
So his niece running around all these parties that he goes to, he would be there all the time, and he didn't even know.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, I can only imagine.
So
yeah,
6 years, man?
6 years.
And that's what she told you.
And she looked just like me.
She does.
She looked just like me.
I seen the pictures, man. I was like, wow.
And I was like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, it took that long. And me, like, I take care of my kids, you know. So like, it's not like I was out there not taking care of my first one.
That's what I was gonna say.
Where she would be like, okay, he's a bad parent or he's a bad dad. I'm not gonna let him be in this kid's life. It wasn't nothing like that. You know what I mean? So I was always like, for what, you know? But once I finally got to meet her and talk to her and hang out with her, man.
How did your daughter react to finding out that you was her dad?
My oldest?
No, your second.
Camila.
Yeah.
At first she was shy. Like I went over there and like she has a brother, so she was sitting with her brother, you know. And even for me, man, like, yeah, that's my kid, but it's
you don't know her.
I don't know her. Like, I don't know.
It's a brand new person.
I don't know how to go and talk to you, or you know what I mean. Like, I don't know the questions to ask like that. So it was, the first couple times hanging out, it was a little different, you know. It was a little awkward, but I mean, after a few times, it just started being natural again, you know. And that's what it is. Just all natural, and I like that. That having her, man. My oldest Jayla, you know, she's going on 20 right now. You know what I mean? So she
feel like she's been around forever.
Yeah,
bro.
man. That's, you know what I mean. But so now I got Camila, and she got so much energy. You know what I mean? And then now I got the baby. So like, I got all 3 different stages, man. Like,
so you got 2 baby mamas.
I got 3
baby.
3 baby mamas.
Yeah, 3.
I don't mean to laugh, bro. Hey, my dad has got 4 baby mamas, so I can't even, I know where you come from.
Yeah, man, I got
3, bro.
I got 3.
So you don't mind me asking, how do you balance that? Do you talk to all of them? I mean, obviously you committed to only one, right?
Yeah. Committed to one. My first one, the oldest. Me and her, I mean, we've been through a lot together from like I said, from high school to right now, you know. So we've been through a lot, you know what I mean? We've seen a lot with each other. Yeah. So now for me and her, it's just if it's not about the kid, we don't really talk. You know what I mean? And that's just, it's not that I hate her or nothing.
Yeah,
like
it's no
that,
beef.
You know what I mean?
It's
no
just
beef. But it's our daughter's older now, so
and it works for both of y'all.
To talk about. You know what I mean? If it's not about the kid, then that's it.
And it works for the both of you guys like that. Yeah.
My second one, I mean, she does her thing. I don't really. The only time I talk to her is to talk to Camila. You know what I mean? And that's it. I mean, they don't give me no trouble really. My first one did, you know, for a long time.
Right.
Still can if she wanted to.
Right.
I mean, y'all was young, so it makes a lot of sense. Y'all was both learning and growing at the time.
And I mean, 11 years going on 12. In 2 months with the kid together. Yeah.
And the third one, now she cool with all.
Oh man, I love that girl to death.
I can tell, man. You can see it. You can see it. It's dope to watch, man.
The boy glowing right now. I can see that. I can see it going, bro.
And she gave me my third kid. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She cool with the other 2.
They don't.
Mothers,
I mean, they don't talk at all. They don't talk, but you could put them in the same building together. You know what I mean? We've been to parties, and they've all been there. Even with my girlfriend Desiree, when she found out about Camila, I mean, we've already had Camila's birthday. You know, we were all there together. You know, my family, her family. So she's good with them. You know, and my other baby mamas, they respect her. So
wow.
That's what's up.
My dad really like you. He got like 14 kids with 3 different women.
That ain't like Jeff.
No, he ain't nothing to be like.
He like Jeff on the way. He like, yo, Jeff, you almost there, man. You almost there, man.
I'm good.
You almost there.
Man, my lady that I'm with now, she don't want no more kids. She said she want another one. But when she had the first one, she was like, "Oh man, I didn't think it was gonna be like this and that." I was like, "You still want another?" She said, "Yeah, but not yet." I was like, "Okay."
Okay.
But like I said, one more and I'm done, man. I could be done right now too.
See, I'm aiming for 4, man.
Oh, so you got, come on.
I got 2 more. I got 2 more. We're taking a break. We don't want to do like 1 year part time stuff. You know what do you call them? Irish twins.
Senior, junior, sophomore, and freshman.
I need a break, bro. I don't want to change diapers for like 8 years in a row. You know what I'm saying?
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it, man. Like I love, like, and I'm a stay at home dad. Like I do my produce podcast and do my photography thing at night, but during the day I'm with the kids like all day, and I love it. But it's just, like, bro, you get so tired, and it's like no extra time, like no free time, like no nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm careful with how I word that because I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. Because I love spending time with my kids, but you get to a point like
it's no complaints.
Yeah, like I'll get like today, like we got back, like we went to the park. Baron's birthday was yesterday, so we like went and tried to buy some new toys and stuff.
I'm asleep.
And then when we get back, I just don't even trip, bro. And then we get back to the house. And it's been a long morning and afternoon, so Max, he knocked right out. And we get Baron home, and I like make his lunch, and I put him down thinking he finna go down for a nap. It take this dude like 2 hours and fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? And I'm waiting for him to fall asleep so I can get some editing done, so I can try to relax. And then like right when he falls asleep, like, all right, let me get some work done. And then Max wake up, and it's like I can't catch a break. And like I was just saying last episode, I can't even really work at night because I'm too tired. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, I like it though. I like it though.
See, that's why I'm trying to space mines out, because I really don't want to be in that space anymore where it's like I got a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. Like I do not want to do that. Exactly, I need that space where I get my sleep, because around like 1 they get sleeping again like 6 hours or 8 hours, whatever it may be. The first few months where my 2-year-old was still 2, he was waking up whenever the other kid would wake up because we was all in the room together. And he was like 4 months. He would wake up in an instant, no matter what we do. I would close the bathroom door, the whole house wake up. Yeah. And I'm not gonna front, bro. That scarred me. I can't do that again. I can't go back to the.
Won't y'all just wait until your youngest is like 5, so that way like you know what I'm saying, your oldest, he can start helping out, he can do stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's what I would do.
See, what I want to do is wait that long, it's not my body, so
I feel it.
My girl's talking about, the older she gets, the harder it is for her. Yeah. She already had 2 C-sections, you know what I'm saying? So she doesn't want to.
That's true, yeah.
By the time she gets in her mid-30s, it's way harder, and it's way more painful. So I'm like, you know what? It's on you, whatever you want to do. So she said she wants to wait 2 years. So once my youngest turns 3, then we have another one. I'm like, okay, a little 2-year increment. Yeah. That's cool. I could deal with that and get my sleep back and then lose it again. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do
how are you with the deliveries, Jeff, and being in the room?
Man, so with my oldest, because I was in there for 2 of them, my oldest and the youngest. My oldest, I think because I was young, I wasn't right there and everything. I mean, I wasn't right there. I was on the side, just trying to calm her down, this and that,
Right.
And even with my youngest, like, I think because I was a little bit older, like I was. I mean, don't get me wrong, because I was older, it kind of grossed me out a little bit more. You know what I mean? But I wanted to know more about it.
Right.
And like when I seen the doctors working back on her, this and that, like I'm looking, but then all the blood, I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
That was me too.
I couldn't look away.
Oh man.
I couldn't do it,
I was
bro.
frozen, bro. I was frozen.
I couldn't do that.
2 C-sections too.
Ooh.
And see, man, my first go around, Sorry, babe. I did.
She gonna hear this. I'm apologizing in advance.
Tall babies, man.
Hey, man, look, I ain't mean for them little 6'4" aliens to be born, but hey, man, it's genetics. But yeah, she gonna listen to this and be like, yo, you said what? It was beautiful, to say the least.
Couldn't do it, bro. Couldn't do it, bro. I tried to redeem myself the second go around, because the first one I was there, but she got the spinal tap thing or whatever they did.
The epidural.
Yeah. She had to get that, and I'm trying to like help out. Like she's like, I need you to rub my back, and the doctor's like, yo, you can't touch that. Yeah. Don't she can't move. Don't touch her. And I'm like, I don't want to like mess nothing up. She's like, all right, well, you know what I'm saying? Well, watch out then. And like, you know what I'm saying? My mom was in there, so thankfully my mom could help out. But I'm like, all right, like second go around, like whatever she need me to do, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna just suck it up. And then my second time, a nigga fainted. I'm like, and I didn't feel like I wasn't grossed out by nothing. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't like, I'm in there like, man, you done this before. Like you be alright. And then I'm like, and I don't know. And I tried to thug it out, bro. Like I put my hand on the bed, just held my stomach, and the nurse was like, are you all right? Like, I think I feel lightheaded. She's like, go sit down. As soon as I get to the bed, I'm just like,
damn.
Bro, that's a movie scene, bro.
Like that?
They put you on a stretcher right next to her?
Nah.
that would have been ideal. Like, yo, just lay y'all both right there, put the baby in between y'all.
I never would have been able to lay that down, bro. I never would have been able to lay that down.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm not mad at you, bro. Like, it's not easy. I'm not going to front. It is not
I think it was
easy.
A combination of seeing all the blood, not having much food in me, and then like it was some weird smells going on too. So I'm like, I think a combination of all of that just made me like, whoa, because it hit me slow. Like the first one was kind of like, that feels weird, and then out of nowhere, I was just like got mad lightheaded and needed to sit down.
Did you cut the umbilical cord for your first?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
It was tied around her neck.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I didn't cut the first one, but they let me cut the youngest one. And I did like this. I was like, I didn't cut. She's like, now you gotta cut it. I was like, I can't do that,
bro.
I did it. I was like, oh nah.
No one understands how hard that is until you do it, bro.
I was like,
I'm not gonna front. I googled it, like cutting umbilical cords, and they're like, yeah, it's kind of hard. So when I first did it, I was like, okay, it's nothing. I put the scissors in there and I tried to cut, and I was like, it's not cutting. It do nothing. Like, look at you, big old dude, put some muscle in it. So, bro, I cut it, and look, all discretion right here, but the blood was just too much for me, bro. I literally almost dropped the whole scissors and everything. Really? Yeah, because it cut and it was like. Some blood squirted. I was like, "Whoa!"
I see. I didn't when I cut the cord. I think different. I was just so happy to cut it. I didn't even pay attention to any blood on it. You know what I mean? Like I don't remember seeing any blood.
Yeah, bro.
You know, but I seen the blood after.
Right.
I seen all that blood. I was like, "Whoa, hold on."
I ask all dads this: Did you taste the breast milk?
No, I haven't tasted. I probably have, but not right away. When right away, I was like, "No, I'm not doing that."
Of course, not right away.
Nah, I'm good. I might have tasted a little bit.
I think with Baron, I waited like a good month and a half. I wanted to right away. I ain't gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah, but I didn't want her to be like, why would you why for what? And I think after about a month, I was like, nigga, I'm gonna try hey, I gotta see that.
You like in a bottle, or you just a little bit.
Just a little bit, I didn't drink. I was
I
wasn't I wasn't dunking my Oreos in it, but I definitely wanted to taste it though. That'd be crazy. You know, bodybuilders drink breast milk.
I know, bro.
I heard breast milk is good for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because I mean,
I heard moms put breast milk on anything.
Yeah, my coworker's trying to tell me to sell it because we actually froze a lot of breast milk.
I got a lot too.
We had a lot, bro. My girl just.
My lady got a lot.
Mm-hmm. While I'm thinking about that, I just seen a post on Instagram just yesterday. It was a newborn baby got COVID, and the mom didn't, and the mom had like a frozen bag of milk in the freezer, and she like unthawed it and put it next to the milk that she developed like after the baby got COVID, and it was like mad different, bro.
I seen that,
and it just make you think about like how crazy, like for me anyway, it made me think about like how crazy like the female body is, and like how like all the stuff like the female body can do is just crazy.
Yeah. You know, the milk actually like adjusts to what the baby needs, right?
I didn't know that. I didn't know the science behind it. I didn't know it because I even heard like a myth that like even in the bottle, like you got a bottle in the fridge and your baby gets sick and the bottle's gonna start. The milk in the bottle.
It's really crazy, bro.
I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, I've heard about that, but I can't really say that it's true.
The thing that I read was saying that the mom's the baby's saliva communicates with the mom's body, and that's how the mom's body knows like
it changes, like it needs more iron, it needs more like minerals and vitamins.
That's crazy,
and
bro.
That is crazy, man.
Hey, shout out to the man.
It just made
moms.
Right. I was about to say like it's funny. Dor was like, because we go do a segment where we like shout out different dads every ep. And Dor was like, you want to shout out some moms? I'm like, nah, man, it's a dad pod. We're going to make sure we shout out dads. Nah, shout out to the moms, bro. That's crazy. Like, when you think about, like...
we wouldn't be here without y'all.
And I mean, I get this from, I don't know if y'all know his name. His name is Jim Gaffigan. He's a white comedian.
I know Jim Gaffigan, yeah.
I get this from, like, he talks about it in his stand-up. Like, when you think about, like, the male contribution to making a baby, like, we just do the thing that we thinking about all day long anyway.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? The thing that we've been wanting to do all day, we did it. That's all we did to make a baby. You think about, like, the woman and all she did, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it's really important, though, because without us, you know, it's not...
a fact.
It's not possible.
That's a fact. You know that's a fact. Right, let's big up... My bad. Let's big up the dad.
My
bad, man.
We start the shit up now. You know what I'm saying?
My bad, bro. You right.
We the spoon that stirs the milk, you know what I'm saying? Without us, it wouldn't happen. Yeah, man. Hey, so I had a question about disciplining daughters. You know what I'm saying? So your oldest is 11, right?
Yeah.
So my oldest is 3 years old. They go through that crazy stage where they just into everything, like just breaking stuff, knocking stuff over. Yeah. And my second one is 1, so he's walking now. So they just tag teaming and breaking stuff down. So I'm not gonna front. I discipline my kids. I smack on the butt every once in a while. Yeah. I want to know how you discipline your daughter. Was it like different for you to like you didn't want to put your hands on her because she's a girl, or you didn't want to yell at her, or you the mean parent, or how did that work out? How did that work
with
out?
Me, I never whooped my daughter. Her mom did whenever she had to. Me, I would just raise my voice, and I feel like a lot of parents say this, or you know what I mean, say when they say their kid was really good when they were young. My daughter was really good. Like she didn't really cry. You know what I mean? So I never really had a reason to hit her. You know what I mean? With her mom, you know, mom and daughters, her mom got a short leash, so you can do whatever you do wrong. You look at her wrong or something, she gonna whoop you. You know what I mean? So that was her mom. Her mom did a lot of that. With me, I just yelled at her. And it was barely that I yelled at her. I would raise my voice.
Right.
You know what I mean? Since she's getting older, she when I talk to her, she knows the way I'm talking to her, what I mean. You know what I mean? Like if she's doing something like the way I talk to her, she ain't gonna do it no more.
Okay, there's no need for you to like put your hands on her or anything like that. So
me, I never whooped her. I mean, maybe I might have smacked her hand or something when she was little. You know what I mean? But I never whooped her or nothing like that.
So you think like if you were to have a boy, would you think you discipline your kids differently? You think you would?
He gonna test me.
Because that's where I'm at right now, bro.
That gonna test
like
me.
my oldest, bro, I be times I looking at him like, yo, I low key wish he was like my size. Cause I be wanting to just put their hands on you. You know what I'm saying?
That's why give me a boy.
And see, man, I grew up getting whoopings. Me, like my dad was crazy with the belt. I don't want to make it sound like that, but we for sure got whoopings. We for sure got whoopings. And I always thought I'd spank my kids too. And even my mother-in-law, when my wife was pregnant with my first son, my sister-in-law, Michelle, she was like, you gonna spank Baron? I was like, of course. If you get out of line, of course. Yeah. I can't do it, bruh. I spanked him a couple times and I can't do it, man.
So Keisha does the spanking?
Yeah, she do the spanking, but I can't do it.
Moms do the spanking.
I can't do it. I do the spanking. Like I'm the mean quote unquote parent. Like I turn around, do a quick look at him, like, hey, you better knock that off. And I would raise my eyebrow. And he'd be like curl into a little ball real fast, like he knows what's up.
And see, sometimes I feel like my wife is more I'm with him all the time, so let me reiterate that. But sometimes I feel like my wife is more patient, because sometimes like if it's something that like I've told you 5 times already today, like the 6th time I tell you, I'm finna turn up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And my wife, she's the same way, but I feel like not really as quick. But I never spank though. I don't. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny how like she's the one that spanks, but they listen to me as if I'm the one that does the spanking. You know what I'm saying? And then I be telling her all the time, you would think I'm the one that be getting their ass the way you do, like the way they respond to me. She was like, I don't know, it ain't even fair. Like, but I can't spank my kids, bro. I can't do it. The first time I did it, like Baron looked up at me like, almost like he wanted to say like, fam, why would you hit me like that?
I thought we was bros.
Yeah, like almost like, whoa. So I was like,
can't do that one.
And at first I was like, it was just because it was the first time. Like I'm being soft, I'll get past it. Yeah. I've maybe spanked Baron 3 times, fam. I can't get it. And it's now 5 years. I've maybe spanked him 3 times.
Man, it might be once a week for me.
I've popped his hand. You know what I'm saying? And even the spankings has only just been my hand to his butt. It ain't that like we used to get the belt.
Oh yeah.
I've never hit him with anything. It's always been like on his butt.
But I don't see what kids could do that bad for that to happen though. You know what I mean? I know kids do a lot of stuff.
You talking about the belt, or you talking about like
with the belt? Yeah, with the belt. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I don't think. Especially that little, or I don't think they could do that extreme of stuff.
Right, I agree.
Where it gets to that point.
I agree.
I think when it comes to the belt, like for me when I was a kid, I think it was to the point where they don't know what else to do or say. Yeah. Like obviously my parents came from Africa, so they was getting whipped with belts and sticks and all that type of stuff from a young age. So you're kind of a product of your environment. Yeah. So I feel like with that, it's just what you've seen. It's not because of what they did or you know if they did something extremely bad. I think that's their go-to. That's what they're used to it. You know, I personally don't ever want to pull out a belt. You know what I'm saying? If I have to pull out a belt, I feel like I did something wrong as a parent. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my whole goal. Don't pull the belt out at all whatsoever. CPS, I know you're listening, but I would never.
And then see, for me growing up, I would always hear, my parents didn't say it to us, but I would hear black parents say, just in general, like we have to spank our kids so that the police won't. And as a kid, it made sense because it was like even as a kid, we understood how police relate to us as opposed to anybody else, and so it made sense. And I was like, nah, it makes perfect sense. But now, like as an adult, I don't see it that way. And then also for me, like the more like learning I do and the more understanding I gain, like I think about, like for me anyway, how I look at it. Correct me if y'all think I'm wrong, but for me anyway, I look at it as like I'm not finna do anything to my son that white people used to do to my ancestors to keep my ancestors in line. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's maybe I'm looking at it too. Maybe I'm looking at it too deeply. For me, I feel like in our culture, that's where it came from. It came from that this is our history in this country. Maybe if I'm getting too deep, if y'all want to go there, let me know. But for me, I feel like that's the history of our people in this country. This is how we were used to being kept in line. You know what I'm saying? From when we were slaves. It's like if you stepped out of line, you got hit. And so now that we have our own family, you telling your kid to do something, they get out of line, they don't listen. This is how we put them in line because this is what we know. Yeah. Kind of back to what you said about your parents growing up in Africa. They got hit with belts and sticks and stuff, and it's just what they know. And so for me, I felt like the more understanding I gained, I felt like that's just what we knew about keeping people in line. And it's not just an American thing. They have slaves in every country. You know what I'm saying? But for me, being black and that being my history, I felt like I'm not finna do anything to my kids that white people used to do to my ancestors to keep them in line. I'm not doing it.
For me, it's like what really bothers me is like I don't want to bring that much pain to my kid that my parents brought to me. And I love my parents to death. But the physical trauma and the emotional trauma that I went through with the belt, it literally scarred me physically. I got physical scars from getting whooped that bad. And emotionally, like whenever I used to, like, I wouldn't be the one getting in trouble, and I hear my brothers or sisters getting whipped. It didn't feel good. Like, I could feel it in my stomach. I might be eating a sandwich. I take that bite, and I hear the slash of the belt.
You already know.
I don't even want to eat no more. And I never want to put my kids through that. You know what I'm saying? So if I got to inflict that much pain to teach my kid a lesson, I must be doing something wrong where they can't understand the lesson. I got to reteach them a different way. So that's my whole thing behind it. You know, there's other ways to teach your kid a lesson. I mean, obviously you can smack them here and there, but to inflict that much pain, where you got to bring a belt or a weapon, that's kind of absurd to me. Like I don't think we need that in our.
Just when you know better, when you know better, you do better. Like you know what I'm saying. And then again, going back to like what we was raised on and the things we did, like we was taught like you don't ask questions. Like if it's like, hey, get your coat and get in the car. Where are we going? Like. I said go get your coat and get in the car. You know what I'm saying? And for me, okay, I get that. I don't want to get yelled at. I don't want to get whooped. I'll just get my coat and get in the car. But for me, I'll be like, I don't get to know where you're taking me right now. I'm not saying it's wrong. I trust you. I know you're my parents and you're not going to put me in a dangerous or harmful situation, but I don't get to know where I'm going. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And so for me now, like when Baron's like, Dad, where are we going? I tell him. I don't just say, get your coat and get in the car. I'll tell him, you know what I'm saying? And I'll like being at the park, like, or playing video games. Like it would grind my gears when I be playing a video game. And my dad be like, turn it off. It's time to go. I'm like, bro, it took me 30 minutes to get to this level. Now we just got to turn, you know. I can't save it right now. You know, back then it wasn't no memory card. So you had to pause and turn the TV off, or you got to just turn it off. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, roll the dice.
And for me, it's like, I don't. Again, you're the parent. What you say goes. But I would just let me know we about to leave. And so now for me, like when we hey Baron, we finna leave the park in 10 minutes. Hey yo, just letting you know you can finish watching TV, but in 5 minutes we finna leave. You know what I'm saying? It's just so for me anyway. When you know better, you do better. Like I wanted to know those things. I wanted that part of that to be better. So I do that better with my kids. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah. Since we're on the topic of discipline, I also wanted to know your girl, your oldest is getting 11, 12. She's preteen age, so she probably got a phone.
Yeah, she got a phone.
Is she talking to boys yet?
No, hell no.
Okay. So what I was gonna ask is when she finally does, because it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
I know.
How do you plan to like? What's your involvement in that situation? Like, how do you plan to like, you know, talk to her? Or involvement? Yeah, like, do you want to meet the guy all the time?
Damn right.
Do you want to know exactly where she's at all times? Because we all parents do.
Johnny and Jeff gonna be like Martin and Will. And Bad Boys.
You gonna pull up to the room with the Glock 9 and you like, hey, little guy.
Whatever I gotta do, I'm gonna do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I know it's gonna come that time. You know. Yeah.
How much freedom are you gonna give her when it comes to like dating boys?
No, she ain't gonna get too much freedom.
So you gonna need to know everything, like yo, who you talking to?
I'm not gonna be on her ass every second, you know, because I feel like if I do, she's gonna go behind my back and do shit that I wouldn't want her doing. You know what I mean? Right. Like I said, depending on the age and how mature she is. I mean, we're to 13, 14 with a boyfriend? Hell no, that ain't happening. You know what I mean? No, 13 to 14, no boyfriend at all. I say that now, but like I said,
because realistically, like
I mean, she's gonna be in school. You know,
because you was 14. You had a girlfriend at 14,
I was
right?
Probably younger than that, man.
See what I'm saying? Like it's like
I mean, but that's what I said. I mean, especially in the times we live in now. Kids, they gonna have that. That's what they gonna do.
Yeah, because I got a little sister who's like 13, and she had a boyfriend recently. I'm like, I don't even know what to say to her. I'm like, what?
I mean, they gonna do that, you know. But like I said, man, like, I feel like at that young, you could just be hanging out. You can't be that much in love with somebody. You know what I mean? Okay, you would like to hang out with them, this and that. Okay, I get that. You know what I mean? You can hold.
Yeah, they gonna think they in love and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? I went through it too. Y'all went through it too. So I know what they're gonna be going through.
Yeah, it's up to you to let her know. Like, hey, this one, it might not work out the way you think it's gonna work out.
And I feel like for me, I mean, I got girls, so that's something. That's a whole nother conversation. You know what I mean? Like, not saying because you guys got boys, that's any different. You know what I mean? But
it's a little different.
I mean, it's different. It is different, but like,
cause I feel like I'm not gonna front. I don't want to be misogynistic, but I feel like as dads, we kind of give the boy a little bit more leeway.
Yeah, absolutely.
The leash is a little bit longer. Like, okay, you gonna go hang on with this girl. You might give him props. Be like, hey, there you go, son.
But
if a girl go out and you be like,
That ain't gonna happen.
Who you going out with? Where y'all going? When y'all coming back? You know, is there gonna be else there gonna be there? And with boys, I feel like we only gonna ask a couple questions like where y'all going?
That's
when
true.
you coming back?
Because I know my mom did that with me too. You know what I mean? So I get that.
And it's messed up. My older sister, you remember Shadare, right?
Yeah.
She had a way shorter leash. By the time I was 18, I used to go out and I wouldn't come home till 3 a.m. My mom, she'd be mad, but she wouldn't ask me a million questions. Yeah. But to my sister, she was the director of CIA. She had to know every little thing that went through that.
They're females, man. Like you gotta know that, you know. You got to. I'm gonna know everything.
And I'm cool with that double standard though, bro. Because I know, like, for me, if I have my wife said it's a wrap, but hypothetically, if I had a daughter, like, if Baron and Max want to have a girlfriend when they're 14, I'm gonna want to meet the girl and possibly like see like what kind of house she come from. Yeah. But I'm not finna be all involved, like super duper involved. Now, if I had a daughter, I am gonna want to be super duper involved.
You checking text messages?
I don't. Nah, and see. I don't think so. I want to go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I want to give freedom because my parents, like, they was real strict on us as kids. Like I said, whoopings, restriction for everything. Like, we got in trouble for stuff. But by the time we hit middle school, like 6th, 7th grade, when you go into the skating ring by yourself and you go into the movies and hanging out with friends, it was they could trust us because of the discipline that they put in early and that we showed that we could be trustworthy. Yeah. And that was what I was gonna say about Jeff next. Like he said, he said Jayla is like damn near a perfect kid. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure with that it's gonna be like you could give more leash, like you can give more leeway than you would as if you seen like if she got bad grades, if she don't listen and she hanging out with the bad crowd, then it's like wait a minute. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with the double standard though. I'm cool with it. I'm alright with it.
I'm gonna try to say I'm gonna keep it even, but let's be real. It's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. Yeah, growing up as a guy, be like, you know, son, go ahead. But at the same time, I'm like, ask my daughter, like, yo, is there gonna be adult supervision? Yeah. And my next question is like, how old do you think your daughter has to be for her to hang out with a guy with no adult supervision whatsoever? What's the age limit you think?
You put me up there.
I just want to know, you know what I'm saying? I'll hopefully have a daughter sooner or later.
Jay looking at the screen right now.
I know. She's
like, yeah, Dad, so what?
Okay, that's what's up. I know she's going to see this. Without adult supervision with a guy?
Yeah, with a guy. Just, it could be in the room by themselves. They go to the movies. You just can't be there.
I mean,
you can't be in the vicinity at all. How old? You think maybe 13, 14, 15?
14 probably. I'll say 14.
Oh, you better man than me. I was gonna say 17.
But like we were saying though, it's because how mature she already showed me she is. You know what I mean? How she carries herself. But like if she wasn't doing that, this and that. I mean, and it can't change from 11 till then. That could change, you know. But right now, she keeps doing the path she's doing. She's been good, you know. She's mature. She's showing that. She gets good grades. I know she can go to school and do this and that. Who knows? Like, boy, you get the old boy in there, that might mess all that up. So then that's gonna go down. You know what I mean? So I feel like how she keeps carrying herself and keeps going about it. That's gonna help me be able to judge that time. You know.
Okay, it's a case to case basis. I feel you.
That's what I think.
I think it has to be like to just make it blanket like no, this age and this time, like it's gonna make it tough when your kids. That's what I was gonna say. Like my parents, for us, they because of the trust that they put in early. Like my mom didn't like go checking through our room, opening drawers. She didn't ask to like look in our phone. She didn't go snooping around for stuff like that. Now, to be honest, if she would have found some stuff she wouldn't have been proud of and wouldn't have been happy about. But like I said, like and like talking to her as an adult, like in hindsight, she says like we didn't want to create that type of atmosphere in the house. We wanted y'all to be able to trust us. We wanted y'all to be able to come to us and talk to us. So how can we tell y'all like I want you to trust me if you come home from school and you see that stuff is out of place in your room and we've been looking, you know what I'm saying? And you go be like, I can't talk. You don't even trust me. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I plan to do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, now again, it goes back to the point of what I said. Like we were most of the way good kids. Like we didn't give them any reason to go snooping. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, my household was a double standard. Like I said earlier, my sister, she couldn't do nothing. Me, at 18, I could have had a bottle inside the room. They would never look. And it got to the point my sister used to do crazy shit like, hey, you go take this bottle in your room and you go stash it. Because I know they finna go in my room. They check. As soon as she go to work, they checking everything. And she'll text me like, hey, yo, so what was mom doing? Oh, yeah, she went to your room like regular. Yeah. So, okay, everything clean. I was like, I already got you, sis. You know what I'm saying? Don't even sweat it. I got you. Don't even sweat it.
But see, as a big brother, that's what you do. You're going to look out for the
That's my oldest sister. This is my oldest sister.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like as a brother in general.
And I want to be cool with my sister because she's hanging out with a lot of cool people. I want to be at the house parties and all that.
I really hope Max and Baron are tight like that. Like how me and Steph were, and how me and Derek are now, or like how you and Johnny have always been, man. I hope so, man. Like I look at like how me and Steph and Derek were growing up, or even like, you know, R.I.P. to Nipsey. You think about like when watching Nipsey's funeral, how like everybody was like, it was always Nipsey and Sam, Nipsey and Sam, Nipsey and Sam. I hope my kids are like that, man. Like, cause sometimes, like, not gonna lie, like Steph got to a point. In his defense, he was held back a year. So the second time he did 7th grade, we were damn near always together until we graduated high school. So he's just like, damn, I used to get some time away from you. Now you always there. You know what I'm saying? But like growing up, I would feel times where like I could tell he don't really want me around. Like he don't want me around, and it's understandable. It's not. I'm not holding any resentment. It's understandable. But I think to like how dope it would have been if it had been like, nah, every time you see Mike, you see Steph. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people do have that story. Some people like that. You know, speaking of that, there's actually people that went to high school with us all 4 years that didn't know me and Steph were brothers until like the start of our senior year.
That's insane.
Yeah. I never forget, bro. We were swimming. You remember Tori?
Yeah.
Tori used to live in our complex, and one of her homegirls that obviously went to high school with us was over at the complex, and they were hanging out me and Derek were at the pool already, and then Steph, Tori, and Tori's homegirl Natalie, they came to the pool, and Natalie walks in. She's like, oh, that's cool, Mike lives in here too, so all 3 of you guys live in the same complex?
Yeah.
And I was like, why wouldn't I live in here?
Yeah.
And she was like, no, I just didn't know you guys all live this close. I'm like, why wouldn't I live with my brother? She's like, you and Steph are brothers? I'm like, Natalie, we've known you for like 3 years now. Like, how do you not know that? We show up to school together, leave together. Like, how do you not know that?
That's funny. That's crazy. That's so funny. I don't understand people didn't notice that either. Like,
I mean, don't look alike. That's what I was about to say. We don't look alike. You know what I'm saying?
So don't act alike either.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. And we hung out in the same, like, with the same group of people in high school, but we didn't have like he was in ASB and he hung like with a certain crowd, and then I was pretty much like, it was just me, Q, and Hosey pretty much.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty much like my.
Oh, so Steph was one of the cool kids. He was hanging out with everybody.
Yeah, and I was a cool kid too, but I didn't. It sounds like bad, but I didn't care to go hang out with other people like that.
Yeah, you wasn't an ASB putting up posters before the games.
I didn't want to do all of that. And in his defense, like, he got to do some dope stuff senior year being an ASB, like setting up, leaving campus and doing this. But I was like, it's already not enough black people in the school. I'm not really trying to be around a whole bunch of white people when I don't have to be. I know that sounds crazy, but
I know what you mean.
At ESCO, it was there, you know, because you went to ESCO.
I went to both,
At ESCO, it was different.
It
was different at OG. My freshman year there, I don't remember the percentage my senior year, but our freshman year, it was 0.8% black people. Not 1.8, 0.8. And all the black people pretty much hung out together.
Yeah.
And then we had a couple little racial fights after school, things happen. And then so for me, and not really because I was thinking a fight was going to happen or anything like that, but for me, being, you know what I'm saying, all black power as I've always been, and then coming from Southeast Dago, where at the time, it's different now, but at the time it was all black people.
Yeah.
And then moving out here and it's no black people, and now I'm at Orange Glen. So at Grant, it was even less black people. In middle school, it was even less than in high school. And then we get to high school, and there's more now, and it's more people that's more or less like me, because it's people from Dago now, it's people from LA, pretty much at Grant. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but all the black people that were at Grant for the most part were from Escondido.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, they knew the town, they already had friends here, and they didn't have...
It was like a bunch of unwritten rules they already knew about the city and the town.
And it was just... And again, no disrespect to, ESCO's a dope place. I'm not clowning anybody for being born and raised here, but it's when you've lived in Eastside Long Beach, and when you've lived in Southeast Dago, and then come to ESCO, it's a different experience, you know what I'm saying? Sure. And so it was yeah, we black and we can relate on that level, but there's certain experiences that you just haven't had because you've been here.
Yeah. I feel like for not every black person, but a lot of black people in Escondido, that's how it usually is. Like you said, Long Beach. I came from Omaha, Nebraska.
I'm from here.
You born and raised?
Born and raised right
Born
here.
and raised from Escondido.
Yes, sir.
So you went to what elementary school did you go to?
I went to Pioneer.
Oh wow, you really is an Esco baby. That's crazy.
Born and raised right here.
Born and raised.
Hospital baby.
Okay, that's what's up, man.
Born and raised 30 years. We're going on 30 years in June. Yeah.
That's dope.
You know what? Speaking of that, you're one of the few people. That I've seen that's outwardly proud to rep that they're from Esco.
Oh yeah.
Like most people, they I've seen a lot of people that's from Esco that claim Oceanside, or they'll just say San Diego as a whole.
Yeah.
You one of the few people, and I think it's dope. because when I first moved here, I didn't like it here at all. Yeah. Like probably because there wasn't a lot of black people, and not people I can relate to. When I see you and it's a couple others, but maybe because like how well I know you and you being black, and I see like he really loved being from here. That's dope.
Yeah, well, I haven't been nowhere else.
Right,
you know, right. I've never lived anywhere out of Escondido. I mean, I lived in Vista with my baby mama. That's it, you know. But I didn't live there, you know. Like I'm right here. I've lived all throughout Escondido, different parts of the town, you know. But Escondido is all I know.
Are your parents from here too?
No, my mom's from Chicago, and my dad is from Florida.
Oh, okay. Wow. I didn't know that. Crazy. I didn't know that.
So did you always grow up with like racial tensions? Because obviously, you know, they had the black versus Mexican thing going on for a while. Was that always a thing, like going on from elementary all the way up?
I never went through it much in elementary because I was younger and I wasn't paying attention to that. You know, when I got to middle school, I think it started probably when I was in, I would say like 6th grade. You know, I probably got in like one fight, but it really didn't kick in until I got into freshman in high school. Yeah,
because when I first moved here from Omaha, Nebraska, it was like a rude awakening. Because I went to an all black school, or was it like all half black, half white my whole life when I was in Nebraska. I come to Escondido, I got called the N-word like the first day of school.
Oh yeah, man.
Bruh. Oh my goodness. My brother, I ain't even tell you, the first day of school, bro, it was the wildest day I ever had in my life at school. So the first day of school, me and my brother, we walking home from school. We lived right across the street from Washington Park, where all the essays live, right next to Astor's right there, right? Yeah. So we was walking home, and this random Mexican dude was playing a West Side Connection song. Nah, West Side? So this dude, Yorkshire Crip walking and shit like that, and this essay girl and this essay dude came up to us. They hit us up like, hey, where y'all from? And I look at them like, yo, what the hell is this nigga talking about? Where I'm from? I'm in 8th grade, just came from the Midwest. So I'm like country as hell. I'm talking slang. They can't understand a word I'm saying. And my brother yours said, man, we from Nebraska, bro. And they look at us like, Nebraska? Fuck Nebraska. And me and look at each other, yo, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? Fuck a whole state. We started laughing at them in their face, like, yo, y'all niggas are stupid. Yeah. So this essay girl comes to my brother and she say, fuck Nebraska.
Bro, you have to say Hispanic girl.
My bad, man. No offense. But everybody know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that don't make it kudos.
But here's the thing though, here's my defense. I called them essays because it was gangbanging.
Okay.
That's why I call them that. Because not everybody has an essay.
Okay.
Yeah, not everybody has it. They was legit gangbanging.
I like that you made that distinction.
They was legit gangbanging. 760 hats, Diablo stuff, all that. You know what I'm saying? They had the long socks and everything.
I got you.
So the girl walked up to my brother and she said, F Nebraska, right? So she spit on my brother.
Oh, I think you have
first day of school.
Yeah.
This dude smacked the dog out of her. The dog out here, bro. Ever since that day, my year at Grant was a mess, bro. I didn't even graduate 8th grade. I got kicked out of 8th grade. They said I was a menace to the school. They said my life was in danger.
I never heard that part.
Yeah,
that's
bro. There was like weeks at school when I was getting.
Not in middle school.
I got chased home in 8th grade. I got a knife pulled on me in the library.
Well, it didn't help you right there on Mission, man. That's come on now.
Bro, Mission and Rose, bro.
I grew up right there on Mission too. I grew up in Mission Bell Apartment, so. And like you said, my brother went to Grant, and I was at Pioneer, so that was every day.
Every day, bro. Right there, right in front of that gas station. What is it called? But it's on
the corner?
It's on Ash and Mission, bro.
Yeah,
every single day. That's where
I used to get my hot fries. We'd
go get some hot fries. We'd come out and get in the hot fries, and somebody would call me the N-word. Yeah. And it got to the point like, you know what, bro? Me and my brothers looked at each other like, we just gonna fight, whatever. I'm not even a fighter at that point. I was cool, laid back. My brother was more on the wild side, but we was getting in the fights. I was like, forget it. And it was like, I ain't never been called an N-word so many times in my life before I came to ESCO. I was like, it was a rude awakening almost. Like, yeah, I've been around racist white folk, but they would just talk behind your back. Yeah. But when I came out here, the gangbangers out here were bold. They was bold. They in my face. I remember I got in a fight in 8th grade science class because someone called me the N-word and they drew like a monkey on the board. I was like, wow. I'm just fighting.
Oh yeah,
I hated it, bro. I hated ESCO my first year here. I couldn't stand it. But now I low-key love the city. You know what I'm saying? It took me a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'm getting older. You know, when you're younger like that, man.
Hey, I started embracing the Hispanic culture. You start realizing why they feel the way they feel. Yeah. You know, especially the men. They kind of. I'm not gonna say they feel threatened, but they kind of feel like, yo, who are these new guys that come on our turf? They're trying to talk to our people, talk to all women, or whatever it may be. They just don't really like that. So I was gonna ask you, did you ever get that when you was like in high school, where every time you was like getting the fights, N-word here, N-word there?
Probably almost every fight I got into started with that word. You know? That's for real, man. Me being in school, being in class, me trying to walk to the Y. I couldn't even get half the time. I couldn't even get to Del Taco.
Oh, I remember them Y days, bro. Because you remember when the police said no one could walk home like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, you was there.
I was there. My freshman and sophomore year was not.
It
wasn't fun.
It got easy.
It wasn't fun.
It was always something. Every day was something. Like you always be like, damn, I'm going to school and we about to fight.
Oh yeah.
Before you even get to school.
It got to the point. You know what's crazy? I used to tell my mom and dad I didn't want to go to school. They would be like, "Yo, no, you're going to school and you got to walk." I was like, "Mom, can you just drop me off?" And this is like right after remember when Arthur almost got stabbed by that dude, that crazy mental dude? Yeah. And then that same dude chased me and my sister home a day later with the machete.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
And that's like my parents couldn't believe, like, oh yeah, they from the Midwest, they from Africa. Like, yeah, man, a little fight won't hurt you. Yeah. I'm telling my mom, like, yo, they might kill one of us out here.
I'm telling you, my junior year, the last year, junior year, my brother was a senior, so my brother was going. He had a senior activity the day he was about to graduate. I got stabbed in the head.
I remember hearing about that too, man.
Yeah, man. I remember that. Yeah, stabbed in the head. You know, it could have been worse if I would have turned all the way around. I could have been stabbed in the face somewhere.
Oh man, that's rough, man.
I remember that. I remember. I got a text, and then as I'm like dialing your number to call, I got a phone call. Who was it? Was it Hosey? I don't remember who it was from. Somebody was like, "Yo, you heard about Jeff?" And I remember I think I texted you and your mom had your phone. Your mom was like, "This is his mom. Everything's okay. Like he'll call you when he get a chance." Blah blah. I was like, "Damn!" Like, because at first. Like, I was like, because all our stories I heard, like, yo, Jeff punched another nigga in the mouth. Like, Jeff beat somebody else up. So when I heard, like, something like that happen, I was like, I don't know. It probably got exaggerated. And then, like I said, when I got the phone call, and then I was like, damn. Yeah. That's crazy.
I mean, and like I said, my brother's a year older than me, but we were always together. Always. So when he did his senior activities, he was off campus, you know, so I was by myself. And dude had just happened to come and get me. I was like, damn, man, you know.
That's rough, man. Crazy. Yeah, that's rough, bro. And that's the trials and tribulation living in Esco. Because if you start getting into that gang life, you start fighting folks like that. We're kind of outnumbered as people out here, so it's like.
But it gets to the point where you go through this every damn day. You know, like
you get tired.
Of course, something's gonna happen. It's gonna get to one point. Something's gonna happen. You know, like
eventually everybody's gonna snap, man. Eventually, I'm just happy. Like it's starting to get better. Like my little siblings, they go to school out here, so they don't really see that. Like
that's good.
All the people that come to my mom's crib, it's a bunch of Hispanics, Latin folks. They come and it's all kosher. Like everybody's cool. We all chilling. And I'm really proud now because I remember when I was in the 8th grade, I wouldn't dare go to if they was Hispanic, I'm not going to your crib. I wouldn't even want to be friends with you outside of class. Like it was that bad. We used to make fun. Remember Art used to be quote unquote Hispanic. We used to, hey, shout out Art, man.
That's my guy.
Before he went to Esco,
I want him on one day too. He a new dad.
Art, I know you're hearing this, but you're gonna come on the show next, man.
For sure.
But yeah, when I first met Art, man, he was cool with all the Hispanics. I was like, yo, how you even get down with all these dudes, man?
That's the truth.
Yeah. Speaking about race, the inauguration. So we got Kamala Harris, who's almost a million races, man. I think she's black, or what is she, Jamaican, Native American, or something like that. Too. Asian too.
She's Asian too. I just learned that today.
Man,
learned that today.
At the inauguration. I learned that.
She get a new race every week. So Joe Biden, man, how y'all feel about Joe Biden, man, and the change of power, man?
I think the change of power, I think, is great. Like we needed to get Trump out of there, but I'm not crazy on Biden. I'm not crazy on Kamala Harris either. To be real, I'm happy, extremely happy that a black woman is the vice president. But they both got a lot of nasty stuff in their past that they need to make right.
They got a history for sure. They definitely got a history. And that was my point. Is like, you know, she being a black woman, it's kind of hard not to root for her. But at the same time, we know her past. I'm just like, you know, like. I don't want to say I want to count her out already, but I'm to the point where like I want to just step back and watch what happens. I want to
see what happens.
I'm gonna watch what happens.
And see, I think what you know, talking about in her past specifically, it was like the crime bill and all this different stuff that she did. But I look at a lot of that stuff like, I mean, hindsight is 20/20, bro. Like if it's like so much stuff was happening within our community, and I think their logic behind it was like, okay, these people are grown. We can't tell grown people what to do, but what we can do is make the consequences so crazy that nobody wants to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so if it's like, but obviously it was a bad idea because of what happened. But if it's like, all right, you keep getting arrested for drugs, I don't care if you got 2 strikes. If you do it again, you're getting 30 years. I don't care how much it was. And for me in my life, whenever my parents did that, it was like, okay, you got grounded for 1 week this time. You do that again, it's going to be 2 months. Yeah. For me, it was like, I'll never do that again because I don't want to have to stay in the house for 2 months. And so I'm thinking maybe that's probably what their logic was. But what ended up happening was whole bunch of men in our community got locked up, got crazy years that they probably didn't really deserve. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it's like they have to answer for it and they have to make it right. But if you like look at it logically, it almost feels like I would assume they felt like they had to do that.
Yeah. And for me, I'm not trying to get in my conspiracy bag or nothing like that, but I kind of feel like when it comes to prison and putting people in prison, is a lot of money into that.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of feel like Kamala, she kind of exposed that system where she's like, you know what, I'm gonna get as much people in prison as possible because these people are campaigning for me. These people are, are helping me run for office. The more people I get in prison, the better it look for me. I'm cleaning the streets up, quote unquote. And it's kind of messed up as a black woman that she did that, but I'm trying to forgive and forget, but at the same time, it's hard, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how you feel, Jeff. How you feel about Kamala Harris, man?
Excuse me. Me personally, man, I don't know too much about her. I've seen a few things, this and that. Like I said earlier, I want to sit back and see what she does. If she does what she says she's gonna do, I just want to see it.
Yeah. So y'all got any expectations for Joe Biden?
Before we get to that, how's your daughter feel about it?
Oh yeah.
Or she don't really care.
She's not into that right now.
Okay. Yeah, she is 11.
She's not into that, but when she does find out, I'm sure she's gonna love it.
That's gonna be another role model figure. You know what I'm saying? It's another Michelle Obama. Exactly. Regardless of her past or not, she can show the youth like, hey, you guys can do it too.
Exactly.
And that's the bright side of the whole.
That's huge right there.
That's the bright side. As much as
3 of them.
So. Right. That's why I asked. Yeah. What was he gonna say about Biden?
Yeah, I was like, what y'all expectations of Biden? Like, do y'all expect him to make any changes or this?
I expect him to like put that team, that pandemic team that Obama had in place, that Trump like dismantled, which is why the coronavirus got so crazy. I don't know if a lot of people know that. Like Obama had a pandemic team in place because they knew something like this could happen. It was coming down the pipeline. They knew potentially a virus could hit our country and it would turn out like this if there wasn't a team in place. So he got a team together, put them in place. And just because Trump wanted to come and undo all the Obama stuff, he came and dismantled that team, tried to get rid of Obamacare. And so if he wouldn't have got rid of that team, we probably wouldn't be in the situation that we in. And so to answer the question, I expect Biden to put that team or a similar team together so that we can start getting up out of this. And really just hopefully, my expectation is him to bring back some unity because Trump was so divisive and made everybody that didn't look like each other hate everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not like...
He made you choose a side.
Right. Even if you're not racist and you love everybody, it's like for me, at this point, I feel like if you voted for Trump the second time, you're a racist.
Yeah.
And maybe I shouldn't feel that way because if you got a lot of money, you should probably vote for him because what he's doing for the taxes.
And it's hard not to feel that way because all the stuff he puts out.
That's true.
Like you really threw me off.
But I expect Biden to inject some unity though, for sure.
What really threw me off with Trump with the whole unity thing was when he couldn't even say that those people that were rioting and with the little tiki torches that like those are fine people. And that was like, you know what, man, I don't even care what side you're on, but everybody with 2 eyes and 2 ears can tell them dudes right there were not on the right side. They were rioting for a negative reason.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I can't get down with politicians. Like the past few years, it just showed me I can't get down with a lot of this stuff, man.
Speaking of riots, did y'all see the black cop in the Capitol that led everybody away from the? So I don't know all the officials' names, but I know Nancy Pelosi and some other national officials were in there. Were in the Capitol at the time. With zip ties, they was looking to take people and tie them up and stuff. Allegedly,
Wait. So let me go back up.
The rioters had zip ties, and some of the people got guns and stuff confiscated.
And that's a real movie.
They went in there like they said they was in there looking for Pelosi to tie her up and all this other stuff, right? And
they were citizens arrest type thing.
They were the people. So the Pelosi and all the official people were in a certain chamber, but it wasn't locked. They just all put them all in that room. Y'all stay here. We're gonna try to deal with this, and that room wasn't locked. And I guess the mob got close to that room where they were, and this black cop that was working the Capitol that day, he went and almost hey, here I am, and got them to follow him upstairs and away from that area so that they can be safe. And when you watch the video, he's all by himself, bro. It's 15 people coming at him, and all he does he grabs his little thing. Yo, I'm on the second floor, and he pulls out his stick, right, back up, and then just had to turn around, run up the stairs, turn around, back up. I'm on the second floor, back up, and just turn around and keep running away, bro. It's crazy.
Man, that whole
situation is so he probably eerie, don't even like Pelosi and all them people. He was just doing his job. You know what I'm saying?
That whole Capitol thing threw me off, man, because it's I don't understand how they don't have enough cops to handle that situation. You would think that important building and all the important Congress members, you would in a heartbeat, if something goes down, these cops can get here. Though.
And
true though, but look, it's the second most important building outside the White House in that whole area.
But you gotta. Oh, this is probably a conspiracy theory as well. But my mom was telling me there was certain U.S. Governors or some people, some official like political people, that they hadn't been doing tours at the Capitol because of COVID and everything that's been going on. And they said either a day prior or a week prior, certain like U.S. officials were doing tours of the Capitol. Yeah. And then a day later or a week later, everybody rushes the Capitol. You know what I'm saying?
That thing just throws me off a little bit, man. Just because the fact, like, you know, you've got all these important Congress members and there's not enough, you know, cops or security to handle the situation.
That's what I was going to say. Some of these videos, you see the cops. Make sense you see the cops opening the gate, telling people to come in. So there's a lot of cops. I don't know if you saw that. A lot of cops just. They might have had enough. Just a lot of people just wasn't doing their job.
And I heard a lot of theories like, oh yeah, they let them in because they couldn't hold the door for that much longer. They finally got the Congress members to a safe place allegedly, and then they let them in. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. You know, we don't know the true story. We won't find out for a while.
I'm just happy a lot of these dudes are getting locked up though.
That's true.
Speaking about locked up,
they're getting them.
So on the topic of being locked up, man, you heard about Trump's pardon list, right? 70-something
You dope
long.
with these segues, bro. I got to give it to you. You dope with these segues.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. I've been practicing. But, so the whole Trump pardon thing, man, I honestly couldn't believe that some of the people he pardoned. Like, I'm a big Lil Wayne fan. I grew up listening to Lil Wayne. And I apologize to anybody who feels differently, but I have no idea how he pardoned bro. I don't understand, and I mess with Kodak Black too. I listen to his music also, but the people he pardoned, bro, I'm like, how does that get to that point? Like, how do you think
that right before he leave too?
Yeah, how do you think he got to that point? Like, yo, I'm pardon Lil Wayne and not pardon this person.
Because Wayne came and met with him.
It's a celebrity type thing.
I think it's a celebrity thing. Yeah. Okay, I think it's a celebrity.
Because a lot of people were saying that was the whole reason why. Like, there was mad people that wanted to talk to him about police reform. Like, mad, like, accomplished and, like, notable black people that don't like Trump, but that wanted to talk to him about police reform.
Yeah, like Ice Cube and them.
And he wouldn't meet with them. But he met with Kim Kardashian. She's a celebrity. She's a celebrity. He's probably thinking, I'm a celebrity, she's a celebrity, this will be dope. And then afterwards, when I'm not the president, that's a celebrity friend that I'll still have. Probably the same thing with Wayne. Yeah. And Wayne was one of the people that came and met with him. You know what I'm saying? So... But I don't want to. I got to be careful with that because I'm not. Unless you like harm children or kill people, I'm not finna wish jail time on nobody.
And I want to make it.
So if he getting people out, hey,
let me make it completely clear. I have in no shape or form I don't want Lil Wayne in prison. Like, I would love to see any black man that did not rape nor murder people. Please let them free. That's my whole thing. Whatever you did, but at the same time, like, you know, how did this come about? I'm just curious to see Kodak Black and all those dudes get out, and I'm happy for them. Yeah. But at the same time, it's just curious to me. Like, this
I feel you.
70 people list long. And it's like, what are the requirements to get out? Like, do you have to be a homies with somebody, or a friend of a friend, or like?
Or it makes me even question, like, why, like, how it came about and why they give presidents pardoning power. Like, one of the podcasts I listened to, he was like, they probably let presidents pardon people because you have to have friends that do crazy shit to get you in office. He's like, think about it, like, no, like, governors can't do it, like, mayors can't do it, only the president. And he was like, his argument was, you probably have to have a bunch of, like, dirty shit happen for you to make it to the White House.
Oh yeah, no politics.
And then once you get in there, you got to be able to get your friends out who helped you get in there. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense.
It does make a lot of sense.
It makes sense.
I'm a firm believer that politicians at that level, your hands is not clean, man. All that campaign, man, we talking about millions of dollars. Like, it's not 100% clean. But it's like, you know, I don't understand. If I was a president, I don't understand what the criteria is. Like, can you get anybody out? Whoever you want.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
If you could get, let me see.
What's the amount you can do?
I was about to say we
get some people out.
Right. I was about to ask if y'all could pardon or get anybody out. Who would you get out? But I mean, we all got family members that we were free for. Yeah. So like, I was about to say a famous, like, or notable person, but it ain't a whole bunch of, like, famous or notable people locked up like that. So I don't know.
For me, all the marijuana charges that were, like, non-violent. Like, if you wasn't out here capping dudes or assassinating dudes for pounds or anything like that, yo, let them dudes free, man. Man, let them go. Like, that's how I feel about it.
Especially now, because, I mean, on the weed topic, you know, you see it now, anybody can smoke weed. In the States, it's legal, you know, and they still lock down for that.
And can you imagine how crazy you go in there sitting in a box, and then you see on the news, 2,000 dispensaries just opened in Colorado. You're like, what?
I just got locked up out there. What the hell?
Like, hold on, I was out there with 18 grand. Yeah. They put me in prison.
Like, bro, you remember
That's crazy.
You remember 08, 09 when it was so crazy? Like when the homie be like, "Yo, I got my card, card," and everybody was like, "Yo, you got a card? Like, yo, put me on. Where you get that at?" And it was such like a, you know what I'm saying? Even finding the dispensary that would let you in without the card, it was like, "Hey, man, don't tell nobody, bro, because they're gonna get shut down." And now when you think about what it is now, like it's nothing to walk outside and everybody just sitting in their car smoking. You know what I'm saying?
So we on the topic of weed. There's one dude whose story really stuck out to me. He was a pardon for Trump. He's one of the, I'm gonna start calling him the Trump 70.
He pardoned 70 people.
70 people.
Wow.
A little bit more than 70. I think it might have been 73.
I don't mess with Trump, but that's dope to me, bro. That's dope.
He went out with a bang.
As long as he didn't let out nobody that messed with kids or killed anybody, I think it's dope.
So the dude he pardoned that really threw me off, bro, it was this dude named Jonathan Braun. And by no means I want dude to stay in prison. But this dude imported 2,200 pounds of marijuana worth approximately $1.76 billion from 2008 to 2010.
Oh, he trying to do business with that nigga.
2010, bro. 10-year sentence. And he just walked like that. And my whole point is like, if you're gonna let that dude go $1.76 billion worth of marijuana, why not just pardon 2,000 people, like 8,000 people?
Yeah, I feel it.
It makes no sense to me, bro.
Like I said, I'm careful with that because I'm not finna. Why you let him out there? Like I said, as long as he ain't hurt nobody or touch no kids or kill nobody, hey man, let the niggas out. That's how I see it.
I'm not trying to be that guy either. Be like, oh, you let this guy out. Why don't you let this guy out? But you know, it's tough for me to see that those
numbers
are staggering, bro. Like if somebody,
those numbers.
Yeah, I feel it.
1.76 billion. Like if someone just lose that amount of money, your economy is getting crushed. Like the cartel members must have been hot. Like, oh, yo, we just lost our number one dude.
He probably want to do business with dudes somehow. Mm-hmm. So let me to get back to like fatherhood a little bit. Do you guys notice yourself like saying things that your dad said or doing things that your dad did like with your kids? Because I definitely do.
Yeah, I definitely do. I'm gonna do one thing. I know I do the finger thing to my son a lot. And I used to hate that when I was a kid. My dad would be like, he'll put the finger at me, like, hey, knock that stuff off. Mm-hmm. And now I do the exact same thing to my son. My son will be doing something like he's like trying to grasp stuff on the counter. I look at him, I point at him like, hey, knock it off. I'm looking at my finger like, yo, what am I doing? Like, who am I? Like, remind me of that one little commercial that it was a progressive commercial when you becoming your parents. That's what remind me. I'm like, I'm becoming my dad. Like, no.
Yeah. What about you, Jeff? And I know it's different because you was a boy, but
yeah,
you were a
girl. Certain words, certain sayings, you know, or just little things. Nothing. Like I said, when I was younger, it was my stepdad. My real dad didn't live with me.
Okay.
know, so it was my stepdad. So it was always that my mom, my stepdad, then me and my brother. So my stepdad, he was more. I'm not gonna say our friend, you know, but he was cool. He was just cool, you know. So I mean, just little things that he would say. That's about it, though. Nothing weird, nothing crazy like that, you know.
Bro, my dad used to have and my wife says I have it. My wife used to have my dad used to have a crazy death stare, bro. Like if he caught us doing something that he wasn't finna come and like put it like touch you for, like say something, he'd just like hit you with this mean mug. And it was like, bro, it was a thing where like you want to look away so bad because the stare is so intense, but you feel like you'll get in trouble if you look away, so you just like stuck. And I hella be doing that to Baron now. And I'll be thinking, like, you got to stop. You probably scaring that nigga how you used to be scared. But, like, he'll do something. Like I said, I'll tell him, like, to stop doing something 5-6 times. And that last time, I'll just turn and look at him. And he'll just, like, freeze.
Yeah, he already know what it is.
And he do the same thing. And I'll be like, damn.
Hit him with the laser.
Hit him with the laser eyes. I mean, y'all know my dad is a minister, bro. Yeah. I remember my dad used to be the one that would, like, open the church and, like, set up for Sunday school, like, before church, right? And I remember one time we lived in the Southeast. We went to a church called Mount Olive. And he was in like the back office, like grabbing like the Sunday school material and everything. And bro, and I'm in the sanctuary, like the center aisle, like where people come down to get prayer. Like I'm in there, y'all know I always been flipping. It's mad like open space and carpet,
backflips and all that.
And I didn't even do a flip, but I was doing a headstand. I remember we had one of the homies stay the night. He went to church with us. You know what I'm saying, the next morning. So I'm like showing off a headstand. I'm like full church clothes, tie, everything. I'm doing a headstand, right? And I just heard him come walking. Like, he didn't even say anything yet. I just heard him come walking. Yeah. And by the time he made it right there, he had already, like, just seen my feet just sticking up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I got up and I just, like, first thing I saw was him. And I'm just stuck. And it felt like he stood there just staring at me for an hour, bro. And I'm just stuck, like.
Look into your soul right there.
He never said a word, bro. He never said a word. He just turned and walked off, like, never flashed. And it wasn't until we got home, like, this was at like 9 o'clock in the morning. It's like 2 p.m. now. And now he finally, like, you know, you should have been da da da. And I was like, fam, all I needed was the stare. Like, you ain't gotta even say nothing to me. Like, the stare, I understand with the stare.
He yells with the eyes, you know.
And he even had like his actual yelling was crazy, but he had that stare that was like. And I definitely catch myself doing that with Baron. Of course, Max is only 8 months. He ain't. Max is perfect. He ain't never done nothing wrong. But like Baron is, I
mean, them stairs help shape you.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Shout out to the stairs, man. I'll catch myself doing it a couple times, man. Hey, we gotta get your dad on the pod eventually.
I definitely want to. I definitely. We're
gonna have to do it, bro. He got so much history and things he can just put on.
He got stories, bro. Like my dad, like never met his real dad, and then his It's a crazy story. I'll let him tell it if you want a story when he come here. You know,
we're going to get Pastor Ron on here, man.
Yeah, we dope.
But and again, if you don't want to talk about it, let me know. But before we get out of here, I did want to ask you like how it's been since your father passed.
Oh man,
how was it dealing with it initially, and how it's been since?
My condolences, by the way. I didn't even know.
I appreciate it. It was crazy, man. I mean, that's all I knew. You know, he's been with me since I was probably like 3-4 years old. My brother, same.
And pardon, was this your stepdad that you grew up with, or your biological
dad? My stepdad.
Okay.
Stepdad I grew up with. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, that's all I knew. You know, and he knew a lot of my friends. You know, a lot of people come to the house. This and that.
I had met
everybody. You know what I mean? So when he passed away, man, it was like it happened so quick because he had got cancer. You know, so it was like it just hit his body so quick. Like it was no time to really process. I mean, you don't really process when somebody passes away. You know,
right.
But it just happened so quick, man. I think it hurt. I mean, obviously it hurt when he passed away, you know, but it hurt to see my mom, and still to this day, you know, how she goes about it, you know, how she goes through her daily life, you know.
Were they still together?
Yeah.
I mean, she lost her best friend, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. That's rough, man.
Yeah. Lost her best friend, and I mean, and she stopped working for a year. When he got sick, she stopped working for a year just to take care of him. You know, whatever he wanted to do, let's do it, you know, this and that. So even to this day, man, it just hurts. It hurts still to see. It hurts to see the way she is right now. You know.
Yeah. Shout out to your mom, man, because every time you see her, she's so uplifting and just like so positive.
Yeah.
Like,
and she still tries to be like that, you know. But I mean, every person they go through their stuff, you know, man. But it's been hard. It's been real hard, you know, especially for her being with her, you know. And my brother stays with her now, so that helps a little bit. She's not by herself right now. But I mean, still, this shit, it sucks.
Yeah, you probably never feel that void. Like I can't speak on it since I ain't never lost somebody that close to me, but still, like that's gotta be rough, man. Yeah, man. Shout out, big ups to your mom, man.
Yeah, for real, man, for real.
I definitely want to ask because I mean, again, it's the father podcast. I don't want to talk too much about moms, but my mom, my granny passed away a little over a year ago, and my mom, it was my mother's mom, and my mom being the oldest. And like even in like conversations with my granny, R.I.P. to my granny, but even in conversations with her, and again, y'all know how big my parents are with church and everything. My grandma would talk about like that, like like she would say like Lisa's my daughter, but like I look up to her because like she's the reason like I gave my life to God, and she's the reason I started living differently. You know what I'm saying? And so when my mom like lost her mom, it was like she lost her best friend too. You know what I'm saying? And like seeing my mom, and my mom is like crazy like strong when it comes to like dealing with like she's been losing people her whole life. And then being a strong believer in God, it makes it a little easier for her. But like dealing with death has always been like crazy, not crazy easy, but she's been like one of the best I've ever seen with dealing with death. Yeah. And even so with her mom, but it's not the same because it's your mom. You know what I'm saying? And so when I was thinking about like just everything like that I know about you and like bring you on the podcast, it made me think about like how my mom's dealing with that. So I definitely wanted to ask you about that.
It's definitely tough, man. But I mean, you just go day by day. You know, I definitely have my days. You know, now that's all I think about is him. You know, I'll be in the car doing my thing, and I'll just think about him. You know, break down crying. You know, then I think, damn, he ain't like that. You know, he wouldn't want me to be like this. So I just get out of it real quick. But I mean, it's hard. You know, you have your days, you go through it. But
everybody grieves differently, man.
Yeah,
exactly. There's no right way to grieve.
Exactly.
There's no right way.
It's tough, and I don't know what I'd do if I lost one of my parents, man. Like one of my former, y'all know him. One of my former friends, he actually like became a father and lost his father in the same year. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if anyone's ever, and that's why I think the podcast is so dope, because even if you've never even if you have talked spoken about it before, to come and like share it for other people to see, and like you said, like maybe they can learn something from it. But I mean, he and I aren't friends anymore, but it makes me wonder like if anybody's ever had that conversation with him, or if he's been able to vent about that and really get that out. Like, you know, I became a dad and lost my dad in the same year. That's got to be crazy to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
That same thing with me. He knew Jayla when he was sick. While he was sick, that's when he found out that my 4-month-old. That's when he found out I was having another baby. So he passed away before he could even meet her.
That's tough.
And he didn't even get to meet my second daughter. You know what I mean? So him not meeting them two is like, damn.
Right.
Like, that sucks, because I know the bond he had with my oldest daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and that would have been dope to see with all 3 girls together.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right. Yeah, I didn't mean to make it dark. I apologize.
No,
but I was curious though, for sure.
I had to be asked, man. But we can brighten the mood up a little bit. So we got a new segment, man. It's called Dad of the Week, man. So we're gonna pick 2 dads. I'm gonna pick one. Mike gonna pick one.
I meant to text you and then see if you could have a dad ready too. My bad.
You can think about one while we talking about. We're gonna have a 3rd dad this week. You know, just
All right.
But my dad of the week, it was gonna be Howard Wayne's. No one probably knows that name, but he's the father of all the Wayne brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna put him up, but he's an honorable mention. But obviously MLK week, I'm going with MLK.
Okay.
Martin Luther King. Obviously, if you don't know the name, I don't know what you're doing.
Right.
But MLK, thank you for everything you've done. You know, obviously with the civil rights movement, you know, social justice. He was one of the first social justice warriors that anybody really talk about. But yeah, he's a great role model, great father figure. So he's my dad of the week right there. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm gonna get a. I was about to say humble brag, but it ain't really humble. I'm gonna get a drop something on the table real quick. I'm actually related to Martin Luther King, bro.
What?
I seen you. Did you post something like that?
Yeah,
recently?
I just tweeted it. Yeah, and put it on my Instagram.
Like
by marriage, though. By marriage. Like, so, like I found out in 2006 because our reunion is the Scott family reunion. Coretta Scott King.
No way.
Bro, and Jeff know what I'm talking about because I just posted it. Yeah, all growing up, bro. When I was in 2nd grade, shout out to my teacher, Miss Fulcher. She had me fall in love with poetry, and she was big on like speeches and stuff like that. Every morning we used to say this I Am Somebody poem, and then she introduced us to the I Have a Dream speech. Yeah. And me having like this crazy memory that I've always had, and I was like to me as a kid, MLK was like Michael Jordan or like Michael Jackson or something. Like he was like, MLK was everything to me.
Especially being a member of the church as your family was.
Exactly. Him being a minister, my dad being a minister, and everybody like, yo, your dad kind of preaches like MLK. So it just made me curious about it, and MLK was just dope to me. You know what I'm saying? And so I memorized the I Have a Dream speech, and then like I said, my dad,
much of it?
Like just when he really started the I Have a Dream stanzas, not like because there's like maybe like 30 minutes of speech that but just when he gets into the I Have a Dream part, there's like 4 or 5 stanzas. I had all that memorized. And every Black History Month, us like my dad being a minister, being in Black churches, and just different like things about Black history around the city. I used to actually make pretty good bread traveling around Dago, reciting that speech at different places as a kid, and in school, and people be like, bro, why you know that speech? Like, why you take the time to remember that? For number one, I didn't take the time. I just had a crazy memory because my teacher would play it all the time. But I ended up memorizing it. But just for like shits and giggles, I would tell people like, yo, it's my uncle. Like, it's my uncle. That's my great uncle. Just to make people laugh. Like, of course, I don't think I'm actually related to him. Yeah. And then fast forward to 2006, I'm at the Scott family reunion. And my grandma, the matriarch of the family, is up there talking. She's like, yeah, like, you guys don't know, like, we're related to Dr. King. I mean, it's by marriage, just through Coretta Scott, but we're related to... I'm like, what? Hold on, time out, what? And then she, like, I didn't have a chance at the reunion to really ask her about it. And then that was in Georgia, 2006, and then I forget how long ago. We just had a reunion in Arizona, like, a couple of years ago. And I remember I was asking her, I was like, Granny, like, you got to tell me, like, I know we related to her, but, like, how? Like, is she, like, my auntie? Is she my cousin? She was like, I'm not going to lie. I haven't figured out exactly, like, who she is to me to know who she is to you, but I've done enough of the work to know that she is our relative.
That's dope.
That's crazy.
You heard it here first, man. We breaking news on the pod.
How wild is that?
Mike is a member of the Scott family, man.
That's wild, bro. Not the King family. I don't want to make it like not the King family. It's by marriage, the Scott family. Coretta Scott King is my distant relative somehow.
In-laws in the building. What's
absolutely.
Up?
That's dope. That's dope. But no, my dad of the week is Rev Run, bro. My dad of the week is Rev Run, and literally, Rev Run, I've always thought he was dope because I've always been into hip hop. He's a hip hop pioneer and all of that. Hip hop legend, but Run's house was always like it was like my favorite show while it was on TV.
Whose house?
I
had to, bro. I used to watch that show religiously, bro. So every time someone said Red Run, I'm thinking Run.
You know what's crazy, bro? That shouldn't have caught me off guard because in high school people used to always hit me with that. Mike wrong. So it shouldn't have caught me off guard. I should have been on point. But anyway, I've been watching that now because we got Amazon Prime. Okay. And Run's house is on Amazon Prime, so I've been binge watching it like crazy. And then so we was talking about like having the father segment. I'm just watching the show like him having 5-6 kids, all of them being successful in their own right. You know what I'm saying? The girls had the clothing line. I'm sorry, the shoe line, and then the oldest one being an actress, and Angela producing shows and growing up hip hop, and Diggy having a music career, and just how dope he is just with his kids and with his family, and how successful he's been able to become. Rev Run is my father.
That's a great pick, man. That's a great pick, man.
I say all the time, I want to be like Rev Run when I grow up, man. And you know what's funny? When me and my wife first started dating, I would tell her that you met my Uncle Clarence before, right?
Nah, I've never met him, actually. You told me a lot about him, but never met him.
That's my dog. My Uncle Clarence is my dog. But I would tell her all the time, if you could like put my dad and my Uncle Clarence together, it would be Rev Run.
Wow.
Like, that's how I feel, because like Rev Run is like, he's cool, but he's a minister, and he's got corny dad jokes, and he's like, bro, that wasn't even funny. You know what I'm saying? But he's still cool. He could rap. He still got swag. You know what I'm saying? And I always and so I look at like my dad is the minister. My dad is kind of corny, but he's still cool. And then my Uncle Clarence is like the polar opposite. Like my Uncle Clarence is like the coolest dude you ever meet. He can do everything. He was like this like crazy athlete in college and in high school. So I always felt like when I started watching Rev Run, I was like, my dad would have said that. My dad would have done that. My Uncle Clarence would have did that. So I feel like if you could like put the two together, my dad and my Uncle Clarence, then it would be minus the money, of course, but it would be Rev Run for sure.
That's a great pick, bro. That's a great pick, man. Rev Run's a real one, man. He's a role model to all dads out there, especially black dads. You know, especially black dads with daughters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What about you? You got one?
I don't got one, man. I've been trying to think, but I don't got one right now.
I felt it. Well, your father of the week could just be your dad, man. Shout out to your dad.
Yeah, man.
R.I.P. to your pops, man.
My pops, man.
Yes, sir, man. Rest in power, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think I'm good, man. Y'all got anything else?
No. Well, I was gonna ask, man. You gotta put on. You gotta put us on
right.
the clothing
You
line.
right.
Look,
my guy,
I've been trying to figure out what it said for the longest, but
it says
fly.
It's called fly.
Hey, man. Yeah, move the mic away. Hey, if you can't see this,
I shot it in my one time. I didn't even really do it right. I ain't hold it up.
yeah. I ain't gonna ask you to stand up, but I'm saying I'm gonna make sure the camera see this, man.
He actually doesn't make clothing anymore. He makes bags. I don't know if you saw my episode of Link Up with Michael Flicks with the guy Tyler B. Free.
I never watched the whole thing yet, but
the guy that makes bags. This is his line.
That's dope.
Fly stands for First Love Yourself. When I was rocking with the Kings, we was going up to the pop-up shop downtown trying to sell the Kings merch and stuff. And I met him there, and he was like what you would think like a designer would be. Like he was super like unique clothing style, but not like too eccentric to you where like I would never wear that. He's still cool, still fly, but it's different. You know what I'm saying?
He rocked trench coats, but in a cool way.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
and so like when I saw his thing, I was like, you know what, I gotta tap in with bro. And he took this. This is actually a 1 of 1. I mean, you could tell because it's like the bleach patterns and stuff. You couldn't duplicate that, but yeah. Fly.
That's a dope sweater, man.
First love yourself.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to the small businesses. Shout out to black businesses.
I'm glad because I would have forgot. Good looking out. I forgot to shout it out.
Yeah.
You got on somebody's brand too, right?
Yeah. So I got the homie. His name is Keklam. He actually my sister's baby daddy's brother.
Okay.
So basically you see the pyramids and all that stuff. It's I can't move the mic, but my bad. I had a little blunder there. But so we got the pyramids here and everything. He's from South Sudan like I am. And what it says here is Majin, which is basically translated in my home language, and we're like, "What's up, homie?" or like, "Hey, what you doing?" or stuff like that.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
It has multiple meanings. So this is basically like this is actually the Nuer language right here. He got the pyramids representing back home in East Africa and all that stuff.
He on IG? Got a website or anything?
Yeah, he got IG, man. So you gonna hit him up IG? I can send you the link, man.
Let me get it. I'll make sure I put it on the screen. So
yeah, man. Yeah, support black business, man. Yep.
I ain't gonna lie. I was planning to have some True Consciousness merch here for both of y'all. I was planning to give both of y'all either a shirt or a hat, but I wasn't able to get today. Gonna get some stuff from my guy though. But
man, I just bought some stuff for my girl from there, man.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, man, that might wrap it up, man. Episode 5, right?
Episode 5 of the Dad Pod.
Hey, numero 5. We're gonna enter this right here.
My guy Jeff, first guest, first girl dad on the show, man.
Appreciate you coming through, Jeff, man. Great episode, bro. Great episode.
Anytime you want to come kick it with us, man, you're more than welcome on the pod, bro.
You honorary member, man.
Like the Dad Pod, baby. Let's go.
Absolutely. That's big right there, man.
And like that, we gone.
Episode 5, we out.
Yes, sir.